Happy rails to you. Welcome back, my friends. Happy rails to you. It's good to see you again. Happy rails to you. Glad you're watching in. Hello, everybody. This is G-Man. Well, those of you who regularly watched the channel, you know by the opening that I'm out in the shop, out in the layout room. And so I've been out here doing a little bit today. Hadn't gotten a whole lot done. Weather around here has been kind of crazy. Can't really say we've been that busy, even though we have been somewhat. Just hadn't really felt these last 2-3 weeks about doing much physically. But today I thought I'd get out here because I wanted to do a video over the weekend, of course, and I had planned to do a video on Thursday or Friday, but didn't get it done. So here it is. The project that I'm working on out here today is I'm kind of clearing some of this stuff out here underneath the overpass on the hill. And I've made up my mind, I'm going to diminish this hill a little bit. And I'll show you why and tell you why in a minute. But so far, you see, I've cleaned it out, and some of the wiring that ran up through there, I moved it, and I'll probably rewire that when I'm all done. And there's one of the actual real rocks and styrofoam formations that I had up there. And I'm taking out a couple screws out of this board. And I'm going to go over here to the other side. Okay, here we are at my workbench. And I can't believe it. I've finally got it mostly cleared off. And it's even bigger than I thought, but not as big as what I originally wanted it to be. Nor is it exactly in the position that I wanted it to be. Well, I've moved the transformer that I was using for the lower level. I still have the one I'm using for the upper level. It's still here and it's still hooked up, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to work around it. I might have to move it. I'm not sure yet, but my goal, as I say, is to change all of this area right here. Increase the work surface of my layout, of my workbench a little bit. And as you can see, I put this in at an angle because at the time I built it and I was putting it in, I used scrap lumber. And I kind of went with the shape that I had that would best fit it the way I needed it to be fit. And I was in a hurry, let's be honest. I wanted to get it all done and get it up so I could lay down the track, put some stuff on it, and run trains. Well, this is 4 years later, guys. And I ran trains on it maybe 16 hours. Maybe 16-20 hours in 4 years. Every year, I find out all the problems that I've had during the year, and I've come up with a better way to fix it and solve it. And I've done that, and it's a whole lot better now than it used to be. I can get to things now. I don't have things stopping in areas that I can't reach. So it's a whole lot better, but there's still some changes that need to be made. Track issues, I'm not even thinking about those right now. We've pretty much got them solved, actually. That's why I'm not even trying to focus on them right now, because I need to get some of these other things done and get this track cleaned up, get everything cleaned up, get it out of my way. And I want to get rid of a bunch of these boxes. So the next few updates on the layout are going to be working on this area and the completion of this, straightening out this workbench, and getting my transformers here. I'm going to put them up in this area and then hide them from view from the front in the layout area by transformation, showing them to be part of the mountain. At least that's the plan. Hope y'all praying for me, because I need all the prayer I could get, guys. I said that jokingly, but I'm serious. As you can see, there's still, there's not much. I put that other transformer over there. You can see it right there. I just set it over on the layout on that side to get it out of my way. And look at all the junk that was in this corner by my workbench. Golly. It's no wonder I could never get in there here to do any work. Okay. But anyway, that's where we're at. So this is update number 20. And I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so we're back. And I cut out this section, which you can see here. This is the debris from that section, and I'm going to try to refit it back in there. But what I've done is, you look down in here, I should have turned my camera light on. This was all filled with this soundboard or weatherboard. And I had it all down in here to build it up, so that it'd be a gradual build up to go along with the rest of this mountain, this hillside, as it would angle up and go on back to the back. Now, I didn't need to destroy the whole hill. I just needed to make this end down here level. And so that's what we attempted to do. Hopefully, we'll see it. Now, I'm going to be putting this piece, now that I've got that cut out of there, I'm going to put this piece back in. And I think I'm going to put another piece in right about here. Or maybe I'll do that backwards here. Put that piece in first, and then put this piece in. Yeah, that gives us our better angle. Okay, and here's the other side. This is from the workbench side. All right, I'm going to make some changes down here too. I think I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to cut it down to here and then cut it across, even with the height of the floor, so you don't have to lift up and drop it down in. All right, let me get busy putting that piece back in and moving on to the next step. Okay, everybody. Well, I got that bottom back in. I have made my plate by using the scrap from down here that I took out, the same one I had down here. As you can see, I took that all out. I relayed the floor in this upper deck, and I'm working on stabilizing it. And so this might take a little time. And then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to reface all of this, I believe, when I get done. And I'm changing this bench top. See, it's set in here at an angle. I don't know if you can tell it or not. And we're going to change that and make it all straight. And then I'll have another let's see, what will I have? I think it'll be 15 foot wide. Yeah. Actually, it's going to be about 16 foot wide when we're done. What is that? About 17 inches. So yeah, we'll have about a 17-inch workspace, and that's 7 inches wider than I actually work in the space on my desk, so that's great. All right, that's all for tonight, and we'll start it up again in the morning. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Okay, guys, it's another day, and I'm back. So here's where we left off last night. I got this in place, and I'll show you the back side of it in a moment. Go ahead and pull it down about like that, I think. Still have some more work to do to it to get it. I've just got it kind of tacked in place. I've decided to go ahead and, instead of going through all the trouble tearing this all out, I'm just going to go ahead and square this table up, because this isn't even anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and square it up. I'm going to cut it off, square it up, and then bring it back up to the original height of the original workbench, which is here. So, and of course, extend it and make it wider. Okay, on this back side, oh, sorry about that, guys. Hope I'm not all thumbs today. On this back side, we're going to pull this down. Tuck our grass back in under there. What we can get. Pull this down and secure it. And then when we get everything else, I'll come back and redo this whole area in here. I think it's going to look okay. Now what I might do over here, I don't know yet. I might do a little something different on this corner here. But I don't know yet what I'm going to do with that. But for the most part, this is going to be okay. This is going to work out great. Get that down, get it secure. We get everything else buttoned up. And then we'll be in the cleanup and paint process stage, and then we'll leave that stage and go into the scenic stage, building our scenery back here on this side, on this end. Now, hopefully, I don't think this is going to take very long, actually, once I get it all going. Okay, so I'm going to get started. I'm going to start with the bench out here. And cut that off. Do what I got to do with that. Get that straightened out. All right. Well, we got the bench out, as you can see. That little section there. I put in some new bracing. It cracked on me, so I had to brace it up a little bit. I may put another one on top of that one. But other than that, we got in our control panel for the power. And I lengthened it just a little bit to make sure I had plenty of room for both transformers. And then I refaced it with this piece of it's like paneling. Give it a little better look. I'll probably paint it, but if I don't, then it'll look a whole lot better than just that rough plywood. I still haven't done anything with the back side of this yet, and as you can see, I've started making ready to move my wires. So I still have to go on the other side, drill holes, put my wires up through, and you can see they're kind of hanging out the side there where I pushed them back through. And first I'm going to hook this bench back up. I just got done cutting it off, and my blade's dull, so made a slight miscut there, but all is fair in love and war, and I believe this is war, so we're gonna go with it. Anyway, any of you guys watching this, don't do any of this like I did it. Please. I'm an old scrap builder, and sometimes it's not even worth it to fool with scrap. But this whole layout, by the way, practically, I think I spent maybe $75 in material and nails. The rest of it all came out of the bins from when they were building houses, or my son, who is a house builder. I had some scrap material, and he brought me a bunch of scrap material down here. So this is all built out of scrap, out of pieces, parts, all put together. I've had to buy some material, like I said, to do the shelves and other things. But there's not a lot of new material in the layout itself, except for the carpeting and the screws and the nails. And I try to use screws mostly, but there are areas where nails are more applicable than screws. And so I use the nails instead of the screws. But anyway, before I start rambling on, I just wanted to let you see where I'm at with this. And we finished trying to assemble this, and so I can get ready to pull the wires, drill the holes, pull the wires on the other side, and maybe we'll be ready to basically button it all up if I've got a piece that I can use for fascia or fascia down here once I get this all straightened out. So we'll see. It's going on about 4:30, 4:35. So we'll try to see how much later we're going to work tonight and how much we can get done. Be back in a little bit. All right, guys. So I'm back, and I've got the bench in place. It's set up. Solid. You can pick it up on this end yet, but it is solid. Should hold 250, maybe 300 pounds. I'm not going to get on it and try it, though. Trust me on that. The panel, as you can see, I just got done setting this in place. I had set them in place and drew lines, and I got to do a little more configuring. I'm going to have to put this plate in and everything before I put the big flyer transformer in. But I went ahead and set this one up so I could judge how far they needed to be apart. And so I'm glad I put that extension on there, because that allowed me to have the space that I needed. My throttles, plenty of room. And so I think it's going to work out great. As I see, I still got to put button this up down here, pull these wires through, I'm going to repair this cut in my board that I accidentally did some time ago, a couple of years ago. I was cutting something, cut right into my bench. Okay. Here we go. Again, this is the backside under the trestle. And there's your panel. There's the backside of it. Good and solid. And like I say, when I get this all cleaned up, because outside of the wiring now, the panel installation and everything is pretty much done. Just a matter of getting the wiring in place, getting it cleaned up, and then doing whatever cosmetically needs to be done, and resetting some type of scenery going on there. Remember our little ball diamonds right here? So I think that's going to kind of work out pretty good. As I was sitting there, I happened to look out across the top of the the panel, and I said, hey, that's pretty neat. I could look at the whole layout actually through there. The only thing I couldn't see was the thing that was closest to me. But everything else out here in the forefront, out like this, was visible. Everything. And of course, what I couldn't see on this side, all I had to do was just turn my head, look under the bridge or across the top of it. So that was kind of neat. I said, boy, why didn't I think about that before? The only problem is that once I get everything in place, the transformers will actually be blocking the view. So I'll not be able to see under it. But it was fun while it lasted. See how that transformer sits up, shows from the backside. So, okay, this is going to be another segment for this evening. I think I put in about 4.5, 5 hours today. And so I'm done. Wrists are getting tired, hands are getting tired, I'm getting tired. And wife's home and I'm getting hungry. So I guess this is where I'll sign off for the night. And I'll add some more to this as we pick it up in the morning. All right. Bye for now.